Hey Moment friends! Andeng here for the first episode of a brand new series. Today we are taking a look at Transport Fever, a game that's not even out yet. A big thanks to developers for sending me a copy of the game so I can then share it with all of you. And I did go ahead and load into the game here. This is the largest map size that you can get in the game. And I think it has a similar number of cities as in Train Fever, but the cities are much more spread out, it seems. And so there's all of these resource things all throughout. So here we have a steel mill, for example, which takes, of course, iron ore and coal and turns it into steel and slag and things like that. And so the maps seem to be much more spread out, which is good. And so the map sizes don't feel that much bigger because there's the same number of cities, but because they're more spread out, I think the maps are actually much bigger, which is good news. And I think they said with mods you can even make the maps be basically as big as you want. So that is great news for players who want really large map sizes. You can make the maps be as big as you want. Don't know how well that's going to run, but it's there for you. So, as people who watched my Train Fever series know, one of the first things I do when I start a Fever game is, of course, go ahead and look to see which city has the largest population. You want to start with the city with the largest population so that then you have a nice foundation to spread out into the other cities and just really grow up that city, and you'll be able to make money much faster that way than starting out with small cities, for example. So as we can see over here, Oklahoma City is the largest city, which is kind of cool because I'm from Oklahoma. So just kind of a fortuitous thing. This is all randomized, and it just happened that Oklahoma City ended up being the largest city. So this will be our hub city for the rest of the game. And let's go ahead and take a look at the demographics here. We can see that residential makes up a large percentage of this city. I would say the vast majority. Let's actually have a look here. Population 350. It looks like that the jobs and other things are spread out pretty well, actually. And yeah, you can see that there's quite a bit of blue here as well. And okay, as we can see, there's quite a few residential down here in the corner here, so we'll definitely be putting our station somewhere around here. And then we'll be running off either to Downey or Newark. And I think we'll actually start out going to Newark because it does seem to be the larger area. And so we'll be running a station in probably right here-ish just because it's the closer area, and then we'll expand from there. Alright, so let's go ahead and put down our station, but first, before we do that, I think we actually want to delete these two roads, and then connect it on up like so. There we go, and I think we need to go ahead and delete that house as well. And let's just extend a little bit down here, and then let's place the station. Let's actually rotate it on around and put it right there. So there we go, got our first station here in Transport Fever, and we will be putting down a bus line later. Let's go ahead and actually put the next train stop here, and I think we don't want to go straight into the industrial. We want to go around to the other side of the city because that's where the residential is, although there is some residential there as well. The problem is that this is kind of built into the side of a mountain, and so I don't really want to build up on the mountain. I think we're going to put it like down, I don't know. We might want to just go up to the top of the city. I think that that would actually be the easiest thing to do. So that's what we're going to do. And so let's actually put a connection across like that. Let's see what that'll look like. Yeah, that'll work. And then do a nice little outcropping here. Actually, that won't work because we want a tram thing or bus thing in there. So let's actually just build a road straight across here. There we go, and we'll actually put the rail inside of here since we have the opportunity to. And so let's go ahead and put that here. And we're actually going to make this one be too wide just because We don't want to deal with it later. And I only did it one, but we can upgrade it. So let's go ahead and show that off. So here we go, you just click 2 and it'll basically upgrade for you. And hit apply, and there we go. We now have a 2-line station here. Just so that when everything expands, we don't have to worry about it later on. And so now, let's actually put a single rail line, let's actually use the lower one, straight through this road. And then we need to curve not that far down actually. That's not too bad. Because the cities are so spread out, we actually just have this really nice long way. Okay, so there are different bridge types that you can have. We actually want a steel bridge so that it can go 120 all the way across so we just don't have to worry about it later. And this is going to get real expensive real quick, actually. So we probably want to actually curve with the landscape down a bit. So let's actually delete this little part here. And we're just going to curve down and then come across closer to the river, so it should be flatter down there. So let's go ahead and curve down at 120 hopefully. There we go. And so you can see it's actually quite a bit flatter. We can basically take out that hill, no problemo. We do want to curve a bit here so we can make it in time for the bridge. Although actually we want to go to the other side of the bridge very carefully. There we go. And let's actually go ahead and put a double track across here just to make sure that we can. Awesome. And now terrain, okay. It should be going to make a bridge. I don't know why it's not. Okay, so this is actually going to block naval travel basically because we'll be putting this rail line over the road here, and so it's actually going to be blocking it. But if we hit M and raise it up, we actually are not going to be able to do it enough. Alright, so that makes it significantly more expensive. We're going to lower it so that it's not as expensive here. Put it in the middle. Alright, and looks like we do have to do at least that. Nope, still bridge pillar collision there, so we'll actually just do that there. There we go. And then let's actually restore back to normal so that it'll go back down. And 120 the rest of the way, hopefully. And there's our first 2 million spent already, essentially, on this rail line. So, you know, that's just great. We're gonna go ahead and, okay. It is very specific here because it actually does some weird things. We're just gonna delete this road. And we'll rebuild it after we build the tracks here. So let's go ahead and do that, just so that we have it all squared away for later. And now we can rebuild this road, maybe. Maybe. There we go. And then hook right on in there. Alright, and now we got that completed. We got our nice little circle here inside of the loop. Awesome. Now we need a train to go on the track. That's kind of the point here. So let's go ahead and build this here right on the end, and it just snaps into place. And let's buy a train. Okay. So we have this just early Baldwin train, and we'll get 5 cars for it here. Uh-oh, not enough money. Well, we will get more money, game. Let's go ahead and borrow a bit there. And build this off. There we go, 5 right there on the train. And how fast does this go? Hang on. Hang on. 40 kilometers per hour. All right. Let's actually set line all, new line, which I think is actually a new feature. So let's go ahead and put the first stop there. And then put the second stop there. There we go. And we can actually change the color of this line. Let's change it to orange. Not that orange, though. Let's change it to that color of orange. Just because I don't think we had orange as a color earlier, so might as well use it as our first new one here. And alright, let's see, line 1, ready to go. Let's go ahead and press play and follow this out. Speed up time here so we can get out of that. Alright, so much steam. There's this guy like Bob the engineer just standing there not doing anything. Alright, Bob, you're looking real convincing. Yeah, just put your arms up like that. That'll convince him. Okay. And as you can see, it takes up about half of the station here. And just some very nice passenger cars. And you can actually see the passengers inside vehicles now. That's something new that they've added in, which is kind of cool. Although I've found that they don't really do that much. But, you know, it's a nice detail, I suppose, having people actually inside the vehicles. This is just a gorgeous locomotive. Look at that, that is cool. Okay, let's turn that off. There we go. We got our first train already set up, and it is on its way all the way up here to Newark. And it will be quite a trek up this hill. That's a pretty steep incline on up there. But, you know, I think it'll be just fine. So now one of the things that we want to do is actually put a station right across the road here. So let's go ahead and do just that. Or we could put it on the side here. I'm not sure which one we want to do. I think we do want to put it across. So let's go ahead and let's actually put a large one, since this is going to be our hub city, as we previously stated. So let's go ahead and put that down right there. That did take out a building, but that's fine. There'll be more buildings, plenty of buildings building all over the place around. And so now the next thing we want to do is put a nice, well, we do want to put bus stops, but one of the things we also want to do is put a nice little vehicle depot here, so that we'll then be able to buy road vehicles. We will do that once we set up the route here. So let's go ahead and get started. And first of all, I just want to talk about how cool these cities look. They look so much more realistic and just diverse. I mean, look at this. This is really cool. When you compare it to Train Fever, this is such a huge improvement. And there's people just walking around all over the place. So much color in the cities, and way more smokestacks and things like that. Just a lot more detail in general throughout the city here. So let's go to a bit more aerial view, and let's go ahead and place down all the bus stops that we need. So let's see here. I think that this might be a little bit too close, so we'll put it on the other side of the road here. There is our first stop, and we'll just make our way around the city. We'll go over the whole city, at least with this first route. I think we'll cut in there. And then, yeah, we'll curve right back around. And, you know, I think we will put one stop there. Alright, so now let's go ahead and make our new line here. Let's actually get out of the bus thing real quick. make our new line, and it's wanting to make it be yellow, so I guess that this will be like a fire-colored city as far as route colors go, even though there's no red, but you know, yellows and oranges are also fire. I guess it's appropriate for Halloween coming up that we got some Halloween colors going on. Alright, let's make our way on around here. There we go, a nice 13 stop little route that goes all around the city. We didn't go through there, but you know, room for expansion with further routes. Okay, so we got that all squared away. Let's go ahead and buy some road vehicles. And we're going to buy quite a few, I would say. And let's see, what is this anyway? A horse carriage. Alright. And we have 7 there. Let's set line all to line number 2. There we go. So they are going to make their way on out of here, and eventually they will actually split up, which I'll show here in a second, but they will actually split up and go through the city in a much more intelligent way. No longer do they just go straight through the route. They'll actually split up and go to like different stations and stops throughout so that they're not all clumped together, which is fantastic. It's so much more improved and makes the routes be much more effective, far faster than ever before, which is just great. No longer do you have to micromanage all of the exact positioning of things. You still have to do that for trains, obviously, because trains can't just go anywhere. They have to follow their track. But it's nice that in cities that these can go basically just wherever they need to. And so many people just walking all over this city. So many people here in Oklahoma City. Alright, let's see where our train is now. It is slowly making its way up here. Oh man, 8 kilometers an hour. That is a far cry from the 40 kilometers per hour it could be doing. It is a long trek up here, but it is worth it. It is worth it for sure. That's still so much faster than taking the road, because the road has to go all the way over here and then go up. And so this is actually significantly faster. Plus it's a train, so it's faster than horse and buggy any day. Alright, well that will get there eventually. It's starting to come to the peak of the hill and be able to go faster. We will keep an eye on that train here. And let's actually go ahead and build another bus depot over here. We're going to build a smaller one, but we can upgrade it later, I believe. So let's go ahead and put that down right there. And then we're going to go ahead and get started with this route as well. So let's go ahead and put down a stop. You know, we'll put one there on the other side of the railroad track. And then we'll put another one there. And then I think we want to build a road that curves around and connects this so that we can then come back around and then go out. And then that'll cover the whole city. So let's go ahead and do just that. Let's build a nice little road here. Alright, let's see if we can't. That's as much up as it can go. Okay. Alright, let's actually curve it out a bit. And then we'll curve it back around. So that hopefully I can just hook on in here and it'll look a little bit more believable that way. Alright, that is like a dirt racetrack there. Okay. Sure, the horse and buggies will just absolutely love that. All that extra effort they have to do now. Alright, let's go ahead and put one right on the bin there. One down here. Here. We'll just make our way on around. Put one right before the tracks there. And then this whole side will be just covered by that station, I think. Yeah. Okay, and let's actually go a little bit more vertical here so it's a bit easier to place the line. And right there, and just make our way around. And there's the first autosave, which means it is now 1851. Alright, make our way on around this sitter. There we go, a nice short little track here, making a X all over the place. Alright, let's see here. Now, one of the things that the game does recommend... Oops, we were actually... Hold on, sorry train. Put you right back there. There you go. Alright, so one of the things the game does suggest to do is actually just have one of these in the middle of cities, and that way you don't have to pay as much maintenance cost. It's a long way to this city. I think maybe when you have like better vehicles, that might be a thing you might want to do. But when it's just horse and buggy pulling stuff, I'm sorry, but you can't do that. You gotta have extra stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and put another building right here, and we might delete it not too long after. We'll just have to wait and see. But we're gonna go ahead and put that down there. Buy some road vehicles, and we'll buy 7 here as well. Let's see. Yeah, it's close enough. Close enough. Alright. I think that was actually 7. Yep, cool. Alright, so this is actually 94 seconds, so we do want to put a couple more on here, because I think it is just a longer area to go, even though there are less stops. There we go, line number 3. Alright, so now it's down to 60 seconds. That's probably a bit too fast, but, well, we'll tell this one to go back in. We'll sell them off. Alright, come on. Go ahead and sell that vehicle. There we go. Okay, so I do want to show how these guys will actually split off here, because it's actually pretty interesting. So here we go. He went straight. This guy's actually going to go forward as well. Alright, apparently they're just all going to go forward. Well, okay. You guys are great. Thanks for showing off how to spread out. That's just... Oh, here we go. Here we go. So he's splitting off, and we'll go to some other stop. And so they just kind of all split off and go to their own stops. I'm guessing they'll split off here and go, you know, just all over the city so that it's all nice and spread out. So they will go ahead and do just that. And we still have 0 passengers on this train, but hopefully that will change soon. As the cities start to upgrade and we'll hopefully start traveling, we can see that there are a few people already waiting here at the station of this city. So that is cool. And going down is a much faster process, as you can imagine. There we go. So let's go ahead and look at finances here, and everything is in the red, which is not a surprise. We are just getting started on the route and nothing is making money. It's a 16-minute train ride, which is not good. We need it to be shorter than that. That is not good at all. We might have to go ahead and add another train here just to make this thing profitable. We probably should have gone to Downey over here in order to just make money. We might have to do that next episode just to make things profitable here. Alright, let's see here. We have a $5 million loan, so we would still have enough money to go to the other city. But that will not be till next episode when we'll decide all of that. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what parts of the game you would like to see me cover. And I will try to incorporate it sooner than I would normally if it's suggested in the comments below. So that does end off this first episode. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for more content.